Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you day 17 VLANs part 2. We go over part 1 last time. It was a little bit challenging, but this time it's also more challenging because there's a lot more that you gotta do and combine those commands together to make the connectivity works. So that being said, I want to show you just configure the switches interface to all PC within the correct VLANs. Okay, so I want to first do switch 1, configure all these interfaces. Then I go to switch 2 to configure all these interfaces as well. I did watch Jeremy Lab because this section or this lab actually a little bit challenging, and I did it and I got stuck. But then I learned from it. It's important that you do it first. If you don't do it that, if you don't do that, I think you don't really learn as much, in my opinion, unless you redo the lab over and over and over. All right. So what I did here, um, enable into the configuration mode, select range 1, 2, obviously. The next thing is enable access mode. Notice it's access mode, not trunk, because it's only one, right? It's only one. I'm not using this to trunk the traffic. Okay, so we'll type mode access. Now that's enable, and then we'll switch access. Hold on, VLAN 10, right? Because this interface is belong to VLAN 10. Hit enter. Basically, we're creating the VLAN 10 in this case. I'm gonna do the same thing, but this time going to be I'm going to I think what I like to do is just to show VLAN brief, just to see my progress. If I did see any error, then I go ahead and troubleshoot. I'm pretty sure now we just did this. Now we go ahead and do the switch 30. So gonna do the same thing. Interface 3, 4, and then my arrow up here. Same thing, enable access mode, and then I'm gonna create the VLAN 30 in this case, hit enter, and then show. So you can see here, it show correct VLANs, correct interfaces. Okay, okay, and then I'm go ahead and do same thing with switch 2. I know the Jimmy videos, he did the trunks and all that. I'm not going to do that because it's just more confusing for me. So I like to separate the switch 1 and switch 2, configure all the VLAN first, and yeah, I think it's just more easier for me to understand. So do that. Um, select the interface you want to configure. So in this case, interface range. There's no range because I'm gonna do the 21st. So that means G0, no, F0/1. Hit enter, and then I'm gonna do the same thing. Switch mode access. Enter. Switch access. Create VLAN 20. Hit enter. I'm going to try something different also. Because I did switch port access 20, in Jimmy Lab videos, he later on create 30. I think I'm going to do this right now by just saying VLAN 30. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to do show VLAN brief. All right, you can see here I have this one, this two open, and I'm gonna also create VLAN 10 on switch 2. You wonder why? Because switch 1 needs to communicate to switch 2. In this diagram, in this case, switch 1 or like VLAN 1 reside in like different location or something in switch 2. So this is why we want to also configure switch 2, tell switch 2 that hey, we also have VLAN 10 in, in this location, for example. So we're gonna do that. We're going to do the same thing. Interface range. F02 to S03. Hit enter. And then same thing, switch mode port access. I think so, right? Hold on. Oh, I'm typing wrong. That's why I wonder why it's not show up. Mode access. Hit enter. Switch access VLAN 10. All right. Now create. We're gonna do show VLAN brief. Once again, now we finally got this 2, 3 open or created in this case. You can see. So just double checking, make sure it's correct. All right, look like it says correct. And we're gonna do step 2, which is configure connection between 1 and 2, earth trunk.